If you've been trying to rotate your lower body through that impact area and nothing's working, the one thing you're missing is your left knee. So let me explain that. When you're working through impact, if you can't see your left arse cheek at impact, you haven't rotated the body enough. So what that means is as you get to the top of the golf swing and you move through that swing, you're going to see here that I'm severely under-rotated. Can you see my left arse cheek? You can't. So that tells us that we're not rotated enough. So good rotation through that impact area will make it look like you can see that left arse cheek at impact. And as you can see here, you can see that left arse cheek. So as I go to hit a golf shot, that's what's going to tell us if we've got good impact or not. Now here's one of the main reasons why you can't rotate the body. I've seen so many golfers try to rotate the hips to start the golf swing, but unfortunately they're missing this one thing, and that's the way your left knee or your lead knee is working through that impact area. So a lot of golfers who struggle with rotation, in their movement in the downswing, what we want to do is we want to have some shift into that lead side. And what that's going to do, that's going to help us sequence better. Our low point is going to become ahead of the golf ball. But what a lot of golfers do is they keep moving forward and they keep this lead knee bent for a very, very long time. Now, when I bend that lead knee for a long time, what you're going to see is it's extremely difficult through that impact area to get this left hip out of the way. You can see here, just way too much bend of the left knee. And if you look from the down the line view, if I do that same thing and I push forward and I keep that lead knee bent for an awfully long time, you're going to see how restricted my body is. This left hip can just not get around the corner like we want it to. Now the movement I just made there, in order for you to see my left arse cheek or my lead arse cheek, there's something in that, and I'm going to show you exactly what that is and how we should be moving that lead knee through the impact area. So what we want to see through that impact area is this. As we get to the top of the golf swing, we want to push down into the lead foot. So what this will look like here is up, push down into that lead foot. So now you can see I have quite a lot of flex in that lead knee. Now most golfers, like I said, if you can't rotate through that impact area, most golfers just continue forward with this left knee staying too flexed or too bent. So what we're actually looking to do, once we've put pressure in that lead knee, what I want you to do is actually push up right around lead arm parallel. We're going to push up with that lead knee. So we're basically pushing all that pressure you've just put in the ground in this lead side. I want to get out of the ground as much as I can, and that's going to force my lead knee and my lead leg to straighten. But the key here, the secret here, is what it's done to my lead hip. It's allowed it to rotate around the corner just as we want to. So from this down the line view, if I get to the top, I push down into the lead foot, and then around lead arm parallel to the ground, we're going to want to push up out of that lead leg. And that's what's going to allow you to turn your hips around the corner, cover that golf ball. You're going to see the lead arse cheek at impact, and that's exactly how I want you to turn through the golf ball. Now I know a lot of you must be wondering, does that movement cause early extension? Let me explain why I don't think it does. And if you do this correctly, you won't early extend. A lot of golfers will think that this movement causes early extension purely because this pushing up movement, golfers associate pushing up or standing up through impact with early extension. A lot of golfers move towards the golf ball when we're in that movement. Now, what I'm trying to get you to do here is I still want you turning around the corner. I don't want you standing up and pushing your pelvis towards the golf ball. I want quite the opposite. I still want you to feel like you can work that lead hip around the corner as you're pushing up. And you can see here that I'm not thrusting towards the golf ball as I'm pushing up through that lead leg. I'm still pushing up, but allowing myself to turn around the corner as I do so. So here's how I would practice this when you're on the range or even in front of your net at home. I would take the golf club away for a couple of swings and I would just do some dry drills. So what I would do is I would just cross my arms across the chest and I would make a backswing. I would exaggerate the amount that I'm pushing down just so I can create those feels. So I'm pushing down as much as I can. Too much, I don't want you to do this with a club in your hand, but this is me getting the feel for this movement, and then I want to feel like I push up through that impact area. So I'm getting the sensation of load, push, and then push back up. And if I do that in faster motion, it won't look anywhere near as exaggerated as what I just did there. So we're going to load, push, and turn. And you're going to see that that looks quite normal. And if I don't pause at that top of backswing, you're going to see this look very much like a swing that you might see on TV. It looks very, very normal, although I'm trying my best to push down, push back up, to allow that lead hip to work around the corner. So no pausing, no breaks here. And that's my feeling to get my lower body to turn around the corner. So what I'm going to do now is hit a golf shot with that. Again, I'm just going to go slowly to start. I'm learning this process for myself. So what I might do is go to the top, push down, and push back up while I hit the ball, just slowly. And as you can see there, a little bit of a thin shot, but once again, I'm not too concerned about the golf ball while I'm hitting these really small swings. So let's try that again. Up to the top, push down, push back up. Up to the top, push down, and push back up. So I'm getting that sensation of down and up. Now let's try and actually provide some speed to this movement. I'm going to go at about 50 to 75% of my normal speed. Again, just purely feeling these movements. I'm not too concerned with how I hit the ball, where it goes. Up, down and around. 50 to 75%. And that one was really, really nicely struck. And you can see there that when I'm not exaggerating these movements, it actually looks quite normal. So now what I'm going to do, let's go into a 100% speed swing and put this all together. Feels a little bit like a Rory swing. Really trying to use that ground in order to allow my left hip to work around the corner versus someone who might be getting to the top and just feeling like they're whipping their lower body this way. I don't want to do that. I want to actually be quite dynamic with what I'm doing. Up. That's what I'm trying to feel here. So 100% speed here with that movement. Let's see how we go. And that really feels quite powerful. And I'm someone who has a little bit of a slide in my downswing, in my normal golf swing. So my left knee actually does stay a little bit too flexed through that impact area. So this is a great drill for me and for anyone who either slides or can't get that left hip out of the way through that impact area. So I hope you found that video interesting. And if you too have a little bit of a slide pattern in your downswing, click the video that's on the screen right now and that will help you directly with that slide pattern. And don't forget that I have an online golf academy with over 250 drills and there's more videos getting added every single month. Click there to see what's in there.